Hey guys, Josh here with you. Today we are going to be opening up a Ravnica Allegiance. This is the new set. It just came out today. Last week was the pre-release. We went to a pre-release tournament, had a blast. Came in 13th out of 28 people, and it was just an epic time. Been playing quite a bit on Arena, so I have a pretty good idea which cards we're going to be looking for today. So let's dive right in and take a look, see what we can pull. Let me know down below, did you guys go to the pre-release? Did you go play in the tournament? If so, who did you play? I played Orzhov. Security tag. I probably should have played Simic, but I didn't. Comes with the player book. It's a cool reference for later. And we'll save that. Empty box. And here we go. Let's take a look. Should have 10 packs in here. And a die. 7. 16. Not anywhere close. Cool. This looks like a Gruul. Yeah, Gruul die. I have the... which one? There we go. The Orzhov. Then there's the Gruul. So, that's pretty cool. Alright, let us jump right in. It comes with 10 packs plus the land. Yep. Plus the lion packs. So, let's get cracking. Put these right here. I am really excited for this new set. It is Gruul, Simic, Rakdos. Telling you, it is all fun. It's the buzz in the air. Actually, we'll go through these a little bit, just the first couple packs. So we got a Concordia Pegasus, 1/3 flying. I use that quite a bit. Quench, I like this. They have to pay 2 more or it's countered. Great for 2 mana. Rebel Slinger, 1 blue, 1 green and 2 for a 2/3 reach. This is a pretty good card. It's 1 and it gives your creature a +2/+2 as instant speed. But if you cast it on your turn, give them flying. Carrion Imp, 4 mana for a 2/3 flying. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile target creature from a graveyard. If you do, gain 2 life. Rampaging Rendhorn, 5 mana for a 4/4 Riot, so it could be a 5/5 or it could be a 4/4 haste. Summary of Judgment deals 3 damage to a tapped target or 5 damage on your turn if you cast it. Caretaker, 1 for a 0/3 defender. Tap this and target creature you control to create any color. This is one of the best commons if you're playing white-blue. Flash, enchant creature. That creature can't attack, block, or use abilities. That is epic. Goblin Gathering, created number of 1/1 red goblin tokens equal to 2 plus the number of cards named Goblin Gathering in your graveyard. I actually played against the Goblin deck the other day. I beat it, but I was still very entertained that someone was playing a Goblin deck. And here we go, Frailed Mystic. Perfect example of how powerful these uncommons are in this set. There are so many good uncommons, it's ridiculous. So 4 mana, 2 blue, 2 green, 3/2 flash, counter target spell. This is just awesome. You couldn't ask for more. Ministry of the Obligation. So this has a 2 afterlife. So it's a 2/1. You want it to die. As soon as it dies, it's going to make 2 1/1 flyers. Fireblade Artist, great in the Rakdos deck. 2 for a 2/2 haste. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you can sacrifice a creature. When you do, it does 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Perfect with Judith and Judith decks. You want 4 of these running in Judith decks. And probably one of the worst words there are, Plaza of Harmony. When enters battlefield, if you control 2 or more gates, you gain 3 life. It is a horrible rip. And then a Simic Guild Gate and a Sphinx token. Uncommons over here. Alright. Not the best of rare. I'd like to get an epic. Quench, we already had that. I used this saved me. This was part of my deck. And Passionate Orator. 2/2, whenever a creature you control enters the battlefield, you gain a life. Super key. I do like this guy. I never used him in the sealed, but I do like that he has hexproof 2/5. He's a great blocker. Sylvan Brush Rider, 3 mana for a 3/2, and you gain 2 life. Can't argue with that. Another Carrion Imp. I do like the Chillbringer, especially in sealed, because it's a 5 mana total, but it's a 3/3 flyer, and when it comes in, it's going to tap a creature, and it doesn't untap on the next phase. So it gets rid of someone for a turn. Destroy a land, Rebel Reading for 4 mana, scry 2. Another Law of Mage's Bindings. Rakdos Locket. So some people really like running lockets. There's a locket for each guild. You tap it and it adds that color mana. Or when you're later in the game, you pay 4 and sack it and you could draw 2 cards. It is 3 mana to bring out, so I see both arguments. I did not run a locket. Alright, here we go. Hackrobat. I like the artwork on that. Let's take a look. Is that gonna zoom in? Zoom. Boop. There we go. Look at the artwork on that. That is pretty cool. So it's a 2/3 for 3, and if you've damaged the opponent, you can pay the spectacle cost, which would just be 1 black and 1 red. And you can give Hackrobat either Death Touch for 1 black, or for 1 red, you can do +2, -2. So you can run it in for a 4/1 if it's unblocked. Not shabby. This is the card I was talking about. Well, I haven't really talked about it. I was just saying how powerful uncommons are. I think this is going to be game changing. Wilderness Reclamation. So at the beginning of your instep, untap all lands you control. So you can max out all your mana and then untap and then be ready to cast again for the counter. Code of Constraint. 3 mana. Target creature gets -4, -0 till end of turn. Draw a card. If you play this during your main phase, tap a creature and it doesn't untap during its player's untap step. Yes! Seraph of Scales. Boom. Mythic. Let's zoom in. Boop. Right here. You can do it. Come on. You can do it. Maybe not. Come down here. Anyway, so I did run this. I pulled this in my Orzhov box at pre-release. So 4 mana for a 4/3 flying. Then you could pay for it to have 1 white to have Vigilance, 1 black to have Death Touch, and it had Afterlife too. All for 4 mana. Wish it was 4/4, but nevertheless, still an epic pull. Seraph of the Scales. I will take that. We'll put that right there. And Guildgate and a Spirit. I'm gonna need some spirits because I'm gonna be playing some Orzhov. Alright. Man, I really am digging this new set. Okay, this is a Gruul card right here. So 3 mana, 1 red, 1 green, and 1 colorless. Target creature you control gets +2/+2, and then it fights the creature. So it's pretty much a creature destroy. You know, you're gonna line it up so you win the battle. I ran this, a very good card. 1 white for a 1/2, and for a black you can give it Death Touch. That is cool. Seraphorm Hybrid, 2 mana for a 2/2, but you can adapt it, which makes it a 6/6. Does take 6 mana if it survives that long, but nothing wrong with that. Did run into this card, Undercity Scavenger. So it's 4 mana for a 3/3. When it enters battlefield, you can sacrifice another creature. If you do, put 2 1/1 counters on it and scry 2. That is pretty good, being able to scry 2. Root Snare just prevents all combat damage till end of turn. Azorius Locker. Syndicate Messenger. 4 mana for a 2/3 flying Afterlife. Not too shabby, especially in sealed. Clear the Mind. This is a reprint, I'm pretty sure. Target player shuffles their graveyard into their library. Draw a card. Really not bad for 3 mana. Rafter Demon. 4 mana for a 4/2, or if you've damaged the opponent, you could pay 5 mana. If it was paid the spectacle cost to bring it in, each opponent discards a card. This is the one right here. This is one of the best commons for red. Skewer the Critic. So it is 3 mana to deal 3 damage to any target. However, It's only 1 mana if you've already dealt 1 damage to the opponent. So that is super powerful. Mono red is killing it right now in Arena. And I use this quite a bit in I had the other one, sorry. This is the Windstorm Drake. 5 mana for 3/3 flying. Other flying creatures get +1. Take that. Regenesis. Put 2 target cards from your graveyard back in your hand. This is the one I had. Spirit of the Spires. 4 mana for a 2/4. Other creatures with flying have a +1 to defense. And Guardian Project, alright, not too bad. Whenever a non-token creature enters battlefield under your control, if you don't have the card in your graveyard or in play, you can draw a card. I don't know if I'd really use it, honestly, though. Orzhov, and then a Frog Lizard. Okay, 3 packs in. Pulled 1 Mythic. 2 rares. Civic Stalwart, 4 mana, 3/3. When it enters play, all creatures you control get +1/+1. It took a while. I was reading the card. There is one that is just one of your creatures gets +1/+1, but it's not him. This one I feel is a super good blue common. 2 mana, 1/2, flash, and flying. When it enters the battlefield, target creature gets -2, -0. Your opponent could think he's going to be trading up to kill, like, you have a 5/5, they have a 5/5. You flash this in, you have another blocker, and you're going to kill their creature. For 2 mana, I think that's great. Open the gates, search your library for a land or a gate card, and then put it in your hand. Thirsting Shade, I did have this in my deck. I love this card. 1 for a 1/1 that has lifelink and is pumpable, so you can use it later in the game or just chump block it. I did not use this. I did have this in my sealed. It just felt a little bit too expensive. 6 mana for a 5/3. Does have Afterlife 2 though. Debtor's Transport. Orzhov Locket. Frenzy's Arnex. So it's 4 mana for a 3/3, but it has Riot, so you can either haste it or make it a 4/4. Does have Trample, and you can pump it. For 6, it can get +3 attack. That's pretty spendy, but it is a common. Coral Locket. Wrecking Beast, 7 mana, but has Riot, so you can just swing right in or make it a 7/7 with Trample. So, not too shabby. Senate Courier, 1/4. I like it for 3 mana because it's a 1/4, so it's a good blocker that's flying, and you can have it have Vigilance till end of turn. Here's another Windstorm Drake. I'll take that. I do like that. I did run this in my deck too, Spire Mangler, and actually won me the game. 3 mana for a 2/1 that you can flash in. It's a flash flying, and then target creature with flying has +2 attack until end of turn. Clan Guildmage. That's for Gruul. So 2 mana for a 2/2, and you can tap 2. Target creature you control can't be blocked this turn, or 3 mana, and you can create a 4/4 elemental with haste until end of turn, or turn your land into. Rick's Madly Reveler. I will take this. Super good in the Rakdos deck. So it's 2 mana for a 2/2, and then when it enters battlefield, discard a card, then draw a card. If you pay the spectacle cost, instead discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. So the third thing about this card is if you just pay for the 2 and this is the last card in your hand, you're not losing a card, you're only drawing. So that is a good draw in a Gruul Guildgate. Pretty decent so far. Pry Nice, 6 mana, draw 4 cards and discard 2. Pretty heavy. This is good for Rakdos so that you can get the spectacle going. It's 1 mana, 0/2 defender. Tap it and it does 1 damage to you and the opponent. Rakdos Trumpeter, it's a 2-drop, 1/3 menace, so it has to be blocked by 2 creatures, but it is pumpable at 4 mana. It's kind of expensive. Clear the Mind, Sphinx Insight. I like the art on this. What do you guys think? What's your favorite card art out of the set? That's probably one of my favorites. Draw 2 cards. If it's your turn and you play this on your main phase, you gain 2 life for 4 mana. Grotesque Demise. I did run this in my deck. Exile target creature with power 3 or less. And just easy creature removal. Expose the Daylight. I had this in my sideboard. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, scry 1. There are a lot of enchantments in this set, not too many artifacts. The only artifact I can really think of were the lockets and the Guildgate Colossus, I think is what it's called. Titanic Brawl, 2 mana. This spell costs 1 less if you target a creature you control. Wait, this spell costs 1 less to cast if it targets a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it. Oh, okay, so 1 green. I have not seen this played. Target creature you control fights another creature. Azarius, a Night Arbiter. 5 mana for a 2/5 vigilance, and it can't be blocked. Could come up with a pretty good combo with that. Okay, here we go. Simic, Biogenic Upgrade. This is really cool, kind of expensive, late game, 6 mana. Distribute 3 1/1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures. Then double the number of 1/1 creatures. Man, I'm telling you, I'm looking for the crosses. That thing is awesome. I'm running it in Arena. Okay, so that's good. Orzhov Enforcer, 2 mana for a 1/2 Death Touch Afterlife. Not a bad 2-drop. Incubation is good in a Simic deck. I'm running that. Not really using it for the incongruity, but it's there in case you have to have something. And Kaya's Wrath. I'll take that. I will take that any day. Destroy all creatures. You gain life equal to the number of creatures you control that were destroyed that way. It's fine. I like that. Azarius Gate. Yeah, it's a new board wipe. Start over. You cast that, then you have all the afterlife. Well, I'm telling you. Gore Clan Wrecker, 2/2 Riot, and Menace for 4. Stewart. Sagittar's Volley, 3 mana. Destroy target creature with flying, and it does 1 damage to each creature with flying the opponent controls. That's to wipe out Orzhov. And it's a common. Rakdos Rostabout, 3 mana for a 3/2. When it becomes blocked, deals 1 damage to the player or planeswalker it's attacking. Applied Biomancy, choose 1 or both. Target creature gets 1/1 till end of turn, or return target creature to owner's hand. Both are good for 2 mana. Gateway Plaza, you have to pay 1 when this comes into play, but it generates any mana. Simic Locket, Grasping Thrall. It's expensive, you're not going to see it played in Standard, but it was good in Sealed. It's 5 mana for a 3/3 flying. Does 2 damage to the opponent, you gain 2 life when it comes in. Syndicate Messenger, Orzhov Racketeers, 5 mana for a 3/2. When it deals damage to a player, they have to sacrifice or discard a card, and it has Afterlife 2. Mortify, I like that. Just pure creature removal. Destroy target creature or enchantment. 3 mana. Syndicate Guildmage, this is for Orzhov. I did have this, played against me, and it locked down a 5/5 flyer for many turns, so that did suck. Pretty good. Absorb. People are talking about how good this card is and that you should be running 4 cards of this. You're countering a target spell, and you're gaining 3 life for 3. I see nothing wrong with this card. I do like that card. For the left. Oh, that reminds me. I bought one of these. We'll open this up on the street. There it is. See? Advertising works. Alright. Spike Wheel Acrobat, 4 mana for a 5/2 Spectacle, so you can pay only 3 mana if you've done a damage. Hazard Officer, 3 mana for a 3/2. This is the one I was thinking about the other day, earlier with that elephant. 3 mana for a 3/2. Target creature gets 1/1 till end of turn. Arrester's Adonation, 3 mana. Return target creature to its hand. If it's caster in your main phase, draw a card. Not too shabby. I do like this card a lot. 1 green, great for a Simic deck. Instant, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Untap that creature. I do like combat tricks. That is perfect. Dead Rebels, 4 mana. Return up to 2 target creature cards from the graveyard to your hand. It has spectacle cost of 2. Summary of Judgment. Cerulean Caretaker. Bindings. High Alert. This is cool. I do want to make a wall deck. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Creatures you control can attack as though they didn't have defender, and 4 mana, untap target creature. That is super cool. Orzhov Racketeer. Cool, I did run this for Biting Spirit. So 3 mana, and then it's a 3/3, and on your opponent's next turn, they can't attack unless they pay 2 colorless per creature they want to attack. So it's kind of like a give you an extra breather turn. And the Benthic Biomancer. Not a bad pull. I have, I think, one in my arena deck. It's one for a 1/1 drop, Adept 1, but when you put a 1/1 counter on it, you get to draw a card and discard a card, so helps move your hand through. Oh, our first foil. There we go. I'll take that. Cool. All right, 3 packs left. Okay. Prowling Carcal. I use this. 3/1 for 2. Storm Strike 1. Target creature gets 1/1 and gains first strike until end of turn. Scry. That's not bad for a 1 cost. A 1 drop. Consign to the pit. Destroy target creature. Does 2 damage to that creature's controller, but it's 6. Catacomb Crocodile. A lot of people use this because it's just a 3/7. Chillbringer. Rubble Reading. Blade Juggler. 5 mana or Spectacle 3. It's a 3/2. When it enters battlefield, deal 1 damage to you, but you get a draw card. Here we go. Light the Stage. Light up the stage. 3 mana. Spectacle for 1. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until the end of the next turn, you may play those cards. Yes. Gyre Engineer. So he's 3 mana for a 1/1, but you tap him to add 1 blue, 1 green. That's epic. McAvery Mockery. I don't know about this. I've lost a game due to this, but that's about it on Arena. 4 mana, you get to nab a creature out of the opponent's graveyard, and it has haste and +2 until end of turn, and then you have to sacrifice it. And the last rare we pulled was the Zaganda Utopian Speaker. So it's 4 mana for a 4/4. And if a creature you control has a counter when she comes in, you get to draw a card. On top of that, creatures with counters have trample, and then she's adapt 4, so she can become an 8/8. Pretty awesome. Definitely good. It's in my Simic deck that I'm playing in Arena that I plan on building for paper for Friday Night Magic. 2 more packs. And then the Creature Forge thing. Take a look at that. Bring to Trial. 3 mana. Exile target creature with power 4 or greater. Thought Collapse. This is a nasty common. 3 mana. Counter target spell. And then mill 3 cards off your deck. Rubble Belt Runner, 3 mana, 3/3, can't be blocked by creature tokens. That's pretty cool versus Orzhov. Look at all these different cards we have not had yet. 10th District Veteran, 3 mana, 2/3 Vigilance. When it attacks, untap target creature you control. That does a lot for 3 mana. Thirsting Shade. Territorial Boar, not too bad. It's 2 for 2/2. Whenever you play a creature with 4 or greater power, it gets +1/+1. And Vigilance until end of turn. Rakdos Locket, Chillbringer, Rebel Reading, Archway Angel. So Guildgate decks are a thing, and this is why. 6 mana for a 3/4 flying. When it enters battlefield, you gain 2 life for each Guildgate you control. Daggercaster. This is Orzhov removal. 4 mana for a 2/3. When it enters battlefield, deals 1 damage to each opponent and 1 damage to each creature that opponent controls. Cavalcade of Calamity. 2 mana. Whenever a creature you control with power 1 or less attacks, it deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. Mirror March. It's just going to be a fun card to play. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, flip a coin until you lose the flip. For each flip you won, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Those tokens gain haste. Exile them at the beginning of the next end step. It's just a fun card. Ooh, look at that. Double rares in that pack. Priest of the Forgotten Gods. This is a pretty cool key card. 2 mana for a 1/2. Sacrifice 2 other creatures and tap this. Any number of target players each lose 2 life. Sacrifice a creature and you add 2 black mana to your mana pool. That I'm going to put down here with this. That is cool. Gruul Guildgate and an Ooze token. Alright, last pack. Ooh, that is cool. Pulling a foil rare. Alright, last pack. Senate Griffin, 4 mana, 3/2 flying, enters battlefield, scry 1. I don't like this card at all, honestly. Ball Attack, Clan Crusher, 5 mana for a 4/4. Tap, remove a 1/1 counter from a creature you control, and this does 2 damage to any target creature. Flames the Raise Boar, deals 4 damage to target creature an opponent controls. If you control a creature with power greater than 4, you do 2 damage to all creatures. That's pretty powerful. Terramander, 1/1. This is a pretty cool card. It's a 1/1 drop for 1 mana, and it's flying, but it's adapt 4. But it does cost 8 to adapt, but for each instant or sorcery card in your graveyard, it's 1 less. So, alright, let's see. But I'll take that. That is one of the better rares also. 3 mana, destroy target artifact, creature, or planeswalker. And an Azorius Gate. Alright, I'm not complaining about that one bit. And a spirit token, which I need. Alright, so I was at Target the other day and saw this. Thought I'd pick it up. It's $3.50. Kind of expensive, I think, for one little piece of plastic. But it could be cool. I just bought one. So let's see what it looks like. Just have to pull it up. And we got a little spider. I could freak my wife out. This is gonna be great. She'll think it's gonna turn her into Spider Woman or something. Alright. Just says Wizards of the Coast, 9 out of 28. Just a little spider deck. Let's see if it'll zoom in. Can you zoom in? There we go. Kinda. Anyway, yeah, that's cool. I don't think I'll ever use it, but nevertheless. Alright, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly did. I'll be opening up more boxes later on this week. And as always, subscribe, hit that like button, and don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. Thanks for joining me. I'll talk to you soon.